TYTSports, everybody. Jason Rubin here with you. The National League Championship Series starts tomorrow night. The Giants and the Cardinals are back in the NLCS again. Pretty routine at this point. They have been in this situation multiple times over the last 5 years. The Giants have won every other year since 2010. And the Cardinals have been in the NLCS the last 4 years. Looking into the series itself, we have an amazing pitching matchup. Now, when we said that before between the Dodgers and the Cardinals, when Adam Wainwright faced off against Clayton Kershaw, we were expecting like very little hits, a ton of strikeouts, and the pleasure, at least to me, and Ben Mankewicz, probably being the last two baseball fans on this earth, it didn't happen. There was a combined 19 runs scored. Both pitchers got teed off. Now, going forward, Madison Bumgarner, lefty for the Giants, is facing off once again with Uncle Charlie, Adam Wainwright of the Cardinals, a pair of Cy Young candidates, and should be a little bit different this time around. Adam Wainwright looked much better in his second start of the postseason compared to his first start of the postseason compared to the second with Kershaw, but Madison Bumgarner, I believe, has the edge, and it's a bold statement, but he's been on fire recently. He's been unhittable. Not just recently, really for the last 3, 4, 5 years. He was a high-end prospect coming into the league. He's an unbelievable pitcher. And giving the edge in Game 1 to Madison Bumgarner over possibly the second best pitcher in all of baseball during the regular season, Adam Wainwright. Again, bold statement, but you have two unbelievable pitchers facing off against each other. Should not be as many runs scored, at least not a combined 19 in Game 1 going forward. But first game starts tomorrow at 8:07 Eastern, and it's both Game 1 and Game 2 are in St. Louis. Home field advantage in baseball is a huge advantage. We actually talked yesterday with the soccer guys about home field advantage in soccer, kind of shifting towards not as much of an advantage, but it's different in baseball with the dimensions of the park, knowing your park and how the angles work. The Cardinals and the Giants both have pitcher-friendly ballparks as well. CBS Sports has an amazing article about who has the edge for each position. I agree with most of this article, except for a few that stand out. One of which they're calling Brandon Belt and Matt Adams an even pairing, and that neither has the edge in the situation. Yes, Matt Adams is coming off an enormous 3-run home run that won the game for the Cardinals and sent them to the National League Championship Series. But Brandon Belt has been on fire recently. He's been hitting .357 in his last 11 games across both the regular and postseasons, and you want to ride the hot bats going forward with playoff baseball. Momentum only exists for pitchers, in my opinion, until your next starting pitcher, and teams can't really gain that much momentum in baseball compared to the other sports. A hot bat, on the other hand, that carries across from game to game. If you're feeling great at the plate and you're putting contact on the ball as well as Brandon Belt has in his last 10 games, you're going to have an edge in the series. Now, the big difference between the Giants and the Cardinals this season compared to the past is the Cardinals overall have kind of come to be a second-half team and have been playing well in the second half and are just extremely well managed from Mike Matheny all the way up to their general management in itself, because the Cardinals have a pitching rotation that is locked under contract through 2017. So don't be surprised if you see the Cardinals in the NLCS next year, the year after, and the year after. Now, when it comes to my prediction for the series, it's tough to say. It should go 7 games, but if Madison Bumgarner and Wainwright get 2 starts, that's a crapshoot. I give the edge to Madison Bumgarner as a lefty, being the best lefty pitching in baseball, just behind Clayton Kershaw right now. But after what Clayton Kershaw did in the postseason, possibly due to poor management on Don Mattingly's part, pull your pitcher when you should have. But Madison Bumgarner, on the other hand, has been the best lefty in the postseason thus far. So another great talking point when it comes to this series is the 2 best catchers in the league, the 2 best game callers in the league. Buster Posey and Yadier Molina get to face off against each other. 2 extremely intelligent baseball players that know how to get it done from behind the plate, call a game fantastically, and as well get it done with the bat. Both have been National League MVPs. It's going to be very exciting to look at the series. Games 3 and 4, if I'm correct, and possibly 5. Yep, game 3, 4, and 5 for the NLCS and ALCS there at the away team. So we're going back to San Francisco for 3, 4, and 5. If the Cardinals can take 2 games at home, they will take the series, the first 2 games especially. If the Giants split or can take a game or 2, take both games in St. Louis, the Giants will run away with this series. Like I said before, the Giants have been in the have won the World Series every other year. They are the David Price of baseball teams. David Price is an every other year pitcher. 2010, 2012, 2014, there's a trend, there's a pattern here. And after the Giants won the National League wild card game against the Pirates in the rout 8-0 after Bumgarner's immaculate gem of a game, and the offense coming alive, Brandon Crawford hitting a grand slam, becoming the first shortstop ever to do that in the postseason. Crazy statistic there. Multiple people, including myself, were saying, get ready for another Giants World Series run.